My salutations to all of the pious souls present here. We are going to start today's program with the story of two farmers, Ramu and Shamu. Two farmers named Ramu and Shamu used to stay in a village. Both of them did not have any land of their own. And by doing labor in the fields of others, they used to earn their livelihood. One day, the king of the country had gone into the jungle for a sport of hunting, and while chasing the animal he was hunting, he lost his way, and after losing his way, he kept wandering in the jungle for 3 days, hungry and thirsty. And after 3 days, when he reached the village, and that village was the village of Ramu and Shamu, and both of them were doing their work in a field. And as soon as the king came close, the food that they had brought for themselves, they offered it to him. They gave him water, because he was hungry for many days. The king later gave his introduction, that I am the king of this country. And I'm very happy with the way you have treated me. I'm very pleased. I want to give you something as a reward. So please tell me, what shall I give you? So then both of them said, we did not know that you are the king. We only helped you from the perspective of humanity. We do not want anything. But even then the king started insisting, if you take something, then I will be happy, I will be pleased. So Shamu said, I do not have any land. If you give me 8 acres of land, then I will be happy. So the king gave him his word, I will give you 8 acres of land. And after this he asked Ramu as well, should I give you land also? You too do not have any land. Ramu said, no, I do not want anything. The king said, no, you will have to take something. Whatever you say, I give you my word, I will complete it. So then Ramu said, since you are insisting, while obeying your order, I will keep my demand, my wish in front of you. It is my wish that on the day of every Dasera, an Indian festival, that you should come to my house to have food. So the king started laughing. If I come to your house to eat food on Dasera, what will you obtain? And Ramu said, no, I just felt like this, that I should speak like this, so I said so. If it is your wish, then come, and if it is not your wish, then do not come. You insisted, this is why I asked. So the king was in a state of confusion for some time, but after some time, he said, okay, I give you my word that on the day of every Dashera, I will come to your house to have food. And then slowly, the whole cabinet of ministers got to know about this. And after they got this information, they had a meeting. That this Ramu who is there, he lives in a shanty hut. And how can the king go into this rundown hut to have food? So they went. And they transformed his hut into a small palace. And he came to Ramu's house to have food. He came on one Dasera, and then after this, the villagers got to know that, oh, that this hut has been transformed into a palace because the king is going to come to have food here. So the whole village was decorated, the whole village was colored well. All of the nearby settlements became well, and then it became a rule that every year the king would come to their house to have food on every Dasera. So all the way from the royal palace of the king to the hut of Ramu, all of the villages that were along the way, all of their roads improved. There were arrangements made for water, for light. And the people of all of these villages became happy. So meaning it became a rule that on every Dasera, he will come to his house to have food. So meaning Ramu, by asking for the king's constant company, he benefited himself, he benefited his village, and he benefited all of the villages along the way. And on the other hand, Shamu, even now he was in a problem. Even now he was troubled. He asked for some land. His problem of land was solved. But now he still had the problem of water. He did not have water in his field. So from this story, we get this message that if at any time, because of our good fortune, we obtain the proximity of any guru, then one should not use the guru's proximity to solve our immediate problems. It could be that you pray to him. The power of his consciousness with his Chitta Shakti, he removes your problem as well. He even removes your problem. This could happen. However, always remember, problems come from within. Problems come from inside. If you have a problem, this means there is a problem within you. Understand this a little bit. If you have a problem, there is a problem inside of you. And if the problem inside of you gets resolved, then you will not have a problem. So, meaning, within you, inside you, there is a problem. This is why you have a problem externally. But what do? By praying to that guru, by taking the benefit of the proximity of the guru, we remove our external problem and it also gets resolved. But by the external problem getting resolved, the path does not open up. The seed of the problem that is lying inside, it ends up creating another problem and then it creates a third problem. How will it remain like this? You have a need, and what do? All of our energy, we use it to solve our external problems. We use all of our energy so that all of our external problems come to an end. Our external problems come to an end, but then another is created. So this very energy, if instead of resolving the external problem, we use it to solve our internal problem, then what will the benefit be? The benefit will be then the internal problem will be resolved. And then next, you will also obtain the inner confidence. You did not remove this problem with somebody's favor, with somebody's grace. You have removed your problem by yourself. So meaning you were independent in removing your problem first, and as soon as the problem within you goes away, the problem outside will also go away. This is exactly as if your face is black, it will appear black in the mirror, and if it is yellow, it will appear yellow in the mirror. So, if there is an external problem in your life, then understand that there is an internal problem in your life. So there is a great need to remove your internal problem. And if you resolve your internal problem, then you will not even face an external difficulty. So this is why in this Sanskar Valley of Samarpan meditation, there is no preaching. You must have thought that this is special, that how did this spread to 70 countries? This has even spread to those countries in which I have not even visited. I have no connection. Some people came here and learned. One person came here and learned it. And then slowly he opened a center there, a meditation center. And then sadhaks gathered. There is no preaching in this at all. The sages and monks of the Himalayas, they have studied society for 800 years. Do you know what happens? The progress of humanity has happened very slowly. First, you used to stay in jungles. You used to catch fishes. He used to kill animals and eat them, and then slowly, then he got knowledge about fire. Slowly, he started making settlements. And then, after this, from these settlements, some people went into solitude, they went into the jungle. And after going there, they did meditative practice. And after doing their meditative practice, very few people are there who came back into society. It is very difficult to come back into society. For this, you need a great inner feeling to give. Until you do not have this inner feeling, you cannot come. What is the reason behind this? After going there, you feel so good that you do not even get the thought about society. In the United Kingdom, there's a writer called Tim. Once he came to Dandi Ashram, and the time at which he came, then at that time there was nothing. There were just some huts made, and there perhaps used to be a fan, and he had come in the time of summer. For the whole summer season, he used to stay the whole day in just his underwear, and I used to give him 1 hour of my time, and in 1 hour, we used to have a discussion. And for the other 23 hours, he would tolerate the heat. So people used to say to him, "Do you not feel troubled by the heat?" And he said, "The 1 hour that Swamiji gives, in front of that, this difficulty is nothing. Why have I come here? I have come here to talk to Swamiji. I'm getting to do this, so I will tolerate the heat as well." So he had questioned me, "Swamiji, the gurus that you have in the Himalayas, why do they not do anything for society? There's so much corruption spread in society. There's so much terrorism spread in society. There are all sorts of bad things in society. Why do your gurus in the Himalayas not do anything?" I gave him the answer. After going there, one does not even get a single thought about this world. What is the reason behind this? There, on each and every mountain, some guru has the Gurustan, the place of the guru, and there on the whole mountain, there is a state of thoughtlessness. There is a state of thoughtlessness. As soon as you go within that area, you will become completely thoughtless. You will become completely void. So you will not even get any thought. There's a question of coming back if you get a thought about this world, but one does not even get a thought about this world. And he found this very surprising, that one does not even get a thought about this world. I said yes. And next, even in order to go to the Himalayas, one needs a certain spiritual state. Without that spiritual state, you cannot even reach there. Yes, after reaching there, then your spiritual progress happens by itself, and you don't have to do anything, because there's a collectivity of so many sages. When you go into meditation in this collectivity, and when your spiritual state becomes good, one does not even know. But it is difficult to even go there. And they intentionally search for such places. They look for such places where we cannot even imagine that there could be a human there. They live in such places. So you cannot even imagine that there could be a human there. Why? They want a place free of humans. Isolated. A place where there is no human. There's a place where there's no human nearby. They choose such a place and do their meditative practice, and they spread their aura there. And for years on end, while staying within that aura, it becomes like a spider's web that they themselves, even if they want, they cannot leave that aura anymore. And then after this, no person can enter into that aura. So now you think, they cannot leave the aura. No person can come inside the aura. So how will their knowledge reach society? So for 800 years, they have studied society very minutely, and they have gotten to know that as many methods of worship that have been made all of these methods of worship, from all of those people who had gone into the jungle, very few of them came back into society. And when they came back, they spoke of their spiritual experiences. They gave their preachings, their teachings, and there was only one meaning of this: to civilize humans, to awaken the humanity within humans. This was the only objective. And whatever preachings that they had, those preachings later became a method of worship. And what has been said in all of these preachings, you see? That which we call religion, that is not religion. Those are methods of worship. It could be that your method of worship is different. It could be that my method of worship is different. But all of us have only one religion. We are both humans. There's only one religion in the whole world. There's only one religion. That is the religion of humanity. Everything else is a method of worship. And in all of the methods of worship, only one thing has been said: do good things and leave bad things. Do good things and leave bad things. Everyone has given this preaching. But you have seen, have these preachings had benefit? Some people listen from one ear and let it out from the other ear, meaning the preaching. And this invention that was there was that of a value, one such value. That is not a preaching. In this, there is no preaching. It is a value, a sanskar. And through this value, a human gets knowledge of what should be done and what should not be done. Humans get this knowledge by themselves from within. There's nothing external here. This is the very reason that today it has spread in 70 countries. And after spreading to 70 countries, there's no preaching in this. What does one have to eat? What does one have to drink? How should one stay? There's nothing. If there's a dietitian sitting amidst you, then you see, what does a good dietitian do? He does not interfere too much with you. He asks you, tell me, what is your routine for eating, for drinking? He will look at your whole routine, and then he will modify it a little bit, as much as is necessary. So then you will adopt that dietitian. But if a dietitian changes your complete nutrition plan, then you will leave that dietitian. In exactly the same way, what did the Gurus say? They have said nothing. So they have not said anything. There's no rule in this at all. There's no rule at all. They just say this much. You just give 30 minutes to meditation in your life. Just give 30 minutes for meditation. Then what you should eat, what you should drink, there is no topic. Just give 30 minutes for meditation. Meditate for 30 minutes. And apart from this, there is no other message. And as soon as you meditate for 30 minutes while doing it, within you, inside you, Paramatma will be awakened. And after Paramatma is awakened, you yourself will have the knowledge that what you should do and what should you not do. They just ask you to meditate for 45 days. Apart from this, there's nothing else. Once, at an addiction relief society, I had been invited there. And at this Addiction Relief Society, there was a very big hall. And in this big hall, all of the alcoholics had been gathered. And they had a habit that every day somebody or the other would come there and narrate a lecture to them. So perhaps once some holy person would come and he would say, "Look, if you do not stop drinking alcohol, then you will not even get a place in hell." And all of them used to shrug their shoulders because they just had this habit. One doctor or another would come and he would say that if you do not stop drinking alcohol, your liver will rot away. And they would shrug their shoulders. They took me there for a discourse, and I started the discourse like this: the person who drinks 1 bottle of alcohol, from tomorrow he should drink 2 bottles. I have not come here to make you leave alcohol. All of the alcoholics started clapping and welcomed me. "Oh, what kind of Swamiji has come? He's saying to drink a lot of alcohol." And the organizers came running to me. "Swamiji, why did we call you here? And what are you saying? What are you teaching them?" I said to them, "You please do not interfere. Let me do it according to my will." And all the alcoholics welcomed me with great applause. "What kind of Swamiji has come?" And in their imagination, they really drank 2 bottles of alcohol and they were satisfied. And then they started listening with complete focus towards what I am saying. And I told them, "I have not come here to make you leave alcohol. I have come into your life to join meditation into your life. I want to teach you meditation. I do not want to make you leave alcohol." And after this, I taught them meditation. And after teaching them, there was a 45-day practicum. And after this practicum, 90% of the alcoholics, the alcohol was left behind. So now how did this incident happen? From my mouth, I'm saying to drink alcohol. And then in reality, the alcohol is being dropped. How did this happen? Oh dear, are the sages and monks sitting in the Himalayas and drinking alcohol when they do not drink alcohol? And when you absorb their knowledge, then your alcohol will be left behind by itself. What is the need to leave it? And then next, if by my saying you will leave it, then by somebody else's saying you will pick it up again. So there is no matter of leaving and picking it up. You leave it yourself. Nobody says to you to leave it. So 90% of the people, the alcohol was left behind. Why? I have sown a good type of a mango seed in your field. I know what kind of a seed this is. I know. And I will tell you, water it, water it, water it. And in the day it grows, it will have very good types of Alfonso mangoes. It will not become a thorny bush. I know this, but you do not know this. But until then, what will I say? Water it, water it, water it, in exactly the same way. What is good and what is bad? If we sit down to talk about this, we can talk about it the whole night. So we do not want to speak about this at all. You just start to meditate. Just start to meditate. And as soon as you start to meditate, then automatically what is good in your life will stay and what is not good will be left behind. And it is my personal experience that our household life, our family life does not get left behind. A societal life does not get left behind. However, we get freed from it. We get freed from our family. We get freed from our household. We get freed from a society. What do I mean by we become freed from it? We stay in the middle of everyone, but we do not stay in the middle of anyone. For this, you can consider the lotus flower to be your guru, to be your example. There is a lotus flower. One stalk of it is inserted into the mud. So meaning its connection to the mud is not broken. Its relationship to the mud is not broken. Its stalk is connected to the mud. But in spite of this, not even one stain of the mud does not stay on the lotus flower. It never stays. So in exactly this way, stay in your family. Stay in society. Stay in your family. Stay in society. Stay within everyone, but do not stay within anyone. Your existence, your identity, keep it separate. In spite of staying with everyone, do not stay in the middle of anyone. Stay in the middle of society. But do not let society come within you, to come inside you. Because if you let it come inside you, then one by one, problems will come, issues will come. So the need is that to concentrate this by meditating regularly, we slowly start to become introversive. And it is not as if one immediately goes into meditation. One has to practice a lot. One has to practice a lot. And then after this, you must be thinking, even I have started to go into very good meditation. It is not like this, the success that you're seeing in me. I have so many failures. I have numerous failures. And after that, then now I have become successful. And it is not just like this for me. You see that for every successful person, you see their success. You see that he has reached the high peak. But in reaching that high peak, how many times has he fallen down? You are not able to see this, and this will not be seen, and we do not even get to know about this. But today I'm speaking for myself that I have fallen down many times, and then after this, I've been able to reach here. One will have to constantly keep trying. Do not have the immediate expectation that you immediately sat down to meditate and you will go into meditation. It is not necessary that you will go into meditation. Just for 30 minutes, give time for meditation. See, I'm not just speaking about this life, but lives and lives on end. What you have gathered, what you have stored, it will not be removed all at once. It will take time for this. And then next, in meditation, there is a state. There is a state where you reach the Agya chakra, the third eye chakra. And once you reach there, it could be the incidents that happen, they will happen instantaneously. Suddenly, you will have the darshan, the vision of some deity. And you will have the vision of that deity which you believe in to be Paramatma, that you believe in to be God. Or you will have the darshan, the divine vision of the Guru whom you believe in to be God. So to have this darshan, this vision, it is a good thing and a bad thing as well. How is it a good thing? It is a good thing because you have made spiritual progress up until this point. This is a very good thing. And what is a bad thing? In reality, Paramatma has no form. Paramatma has no form at all. He has no color. And we are seeing, and what we are seeing is our Paramatma. The Paramatma we have made, that is what we are seeing. For example, there's a fridge. If we kept ketchup inside the fridge, and then when we open the fridge, we will see ketchup. If we kept bread inside the fridge, then when we open the fridge, we will see bread. So meaning, what we have kept instilled throughout our life, God is this, God is this, we will see that form of God. Here, always remember, a devotee of Ram will never have the vision of Krishna, and a devotee of Krishna will never have a vision of Ram. So meaning, whomever you have believed in to be God, you will have his darshan. And then next, this is to go even beyond the darshan, to go even higher. If you go even higher beyond this, then there is no form at all. Paramatma has no form. We have created the form. The form is something we have created. Let me try to explain this to you. For example, imagine there's a pile of mud lying here. That pile of mud, one person made a statue of Ram, one person made a statue of Krishna, one person made a statue of Guru Nanak, one made that of Jesus Christ, one made that of Buddha. From the mud, in making a statue, one needs the hands, the fingers, in exactly the same way. The manner in which we make a statue from the mud with the support of our hands, and then later we put all of the statues back into the mud, then they turn back into mud. The mud has no form. In exactly the same way, through our chitta, we create the image of God. Krishna means God, Krishna means God. We create such an image, and because of this, as soon as you reach the third eye chakra, we have the darshan, the vision of Krishna. But when you go above this, then there is no form at all. And after reaching the crown chakra, You will be able to listen to the Brahmanad, the celestial sound. After reaching there, you will get the fragrance of roses. After reaching there, you will have the fragrance of sandalwood. You will be able to listen to the sound of bells, the celestial sound of conches. So meaning after reaching the crown chakra, you will have numerous spiritual experiences, but you will not see any form. If you're seeing a fire, if you're seeing a flame, if you're seeing some guru, if you're seeing some deity, then do not stop. Do not get stuck here. Even this is a level. Even this is a stepping stone. It is not the destination. Many people come into the ego. I have had the darshan, the vision of Hanuman himself. I have had the vision of Krishna himself. Oh, the Krishna you have made, you have had his vision. So if you ever see something like this, then one gets an ego that I have reached, I have arrived. Now what is the need for me to progress? I have already progressed. My progress has happened. I have reached up until this point. Always remember, after going higher than this, it is void. There is no form. And after this state, you will all receive it. When you reach this state, then you will have the spiritual experiences. But it is necessary to reach. Now you see, for Paramatma, till today nobody has said that I am Paramatma, I am Parmeshwar. Yes, we believe in them to be Paramatma. This is a separate thing. Even the Guru never says I am Paramatma, but we believe in him to be Paramatma. Why? Why? In his proximity, we have the spiritual experience of Paramatma. From within him, from inside him, the supreme consciousness that flows. We get illusioned in this consciousness and we think that this is Paramatma. He is not Paramatma, he is a medium. Whomever we believe in to be Paramatma, they are all mediums of Paramatma. This is why nobody has said, I am Paramatma, I am Parmeshwar. Why? Because each and every person knows that Paramatma, the one who has reached, he knows that Paramatma is a power of universal consciousness. Let me give you one more example. For example, in a garden, there is a wheel, a revolving wheel, and there's a child sitting on this wheel. He's spinning round and round in this revolving wheel, and the mother comes there. And then when she asks a person, where is my child? Then he will point towards this wheel. So meaning the wheel means the child, and the child means the wheel. Is it like this? No, it is not. If you ask that child, the child will tell you that I am not the wheel, I am sitting on the wheel. The wheel is separate, and I am separate. I am sitting on the revolving wheel. I am not the wheel. But what will the person in front say? The wheel means the child, and the child means the wheel. In exactly the same way, whoever has reached Paramatma, they have always said, I am not Paramatma. Paramatma is a power of universal consciousness that is spread everywhere, and that power of universal consciousness was there yesterday, is there today, and will also be there tomorrow. So, the concept of Paramatma, it is extremely important to understand this in order to progress in spirituality, because spirituality starts with Paramatma, and after finding Paramatma, spirituality comes to an end. So meaning the whole journey revolves around Paramatma. You must understand Paramatma in a clear way. What is Paramatma? Paramatma cannot be any person. Why? Because there's no such person who was there yesterday, who is also there today, and will also be there tomorrow. So meaning, no physical body can be Paramatma. Paramatma is a power of universal consciousness spread everywhere, the mediums through which this energy flows. We start to call these mediums Paramatma, but in reality, that power of universal consciousness, you too can absorb it, you too can become empty, you too can become completely empty. The moment you become empty, it will start to flow from inside you. As I had told you yesterday, if you make the bottle of water empty, as soon as the bottle of water becomes empty, then you will not have to tell the air, please come in, please come in, please come in. The air will come in by itself. In exactly the same way, you clean your vessel, become blemishless, become holy, become pure, then automatically Paramatma would slowly start to appear within you. If not, if you keep searching for Paramatma, your life will come to an end. But you are never going to obtain Paramatma because Paramatma is not outside at all. You are searching outside. Some days ago, I had a program in Nagpur itself. And in Nagpur, a boy started to cry. He was a young boy. He said, Swamiji, for 25 years, I have been searching for Parmeshwar outside. So did 25 years of my life go to waste? Today I'm feeling as if 25 years of my life have gone to waste. I said, no, it is not like this. It has not gone to waste. The direction of your search was wrong, but your search was correct. That you were searching for Paramatma, this is correct. It is just that your direction was wrong. You were searching outside, so now take the direction inwards, nothing else. Keep your search continuous, the way it was going on earlier. But what mistake do we make? We search for happiness outside. We search for peace outside. We search for Paramatma outside. And all three of these things are not outside at all. They're within you itself. They're inside you. And then there is a Hindi saying, meaning, even if you fall in love with an ordinary human, even if you bring a fairy in front of him, he will like just that same ordinary girl. It is all dependent on our acceptance. As we accept and believe in, it will be like that. If we believe it to be like this, it will be like that. When in reality, is it like that? Tell me, is there any such form that the whole world believes in? There's no such form. Somebody believes in someone, somebody believes in someone else. So meaning everybody has a different choice. Everybody has a different way of thinking. Everybody has different spiritual experiences. Everybody has different beliefs. So, you understand just one thing. Paramatma means the power of universal consciousness. But yes, there is one thing. Guru is a supreme reality. In this, that has been said. But the Guru has a physical body. Even the Guru is there today. He will not be there tomorrow. So then why has he been called Paramatma? Why has he been called the Supreme Reality himself? He has been called this because it is not his physical body that is Paramatma. The divine consciousness of Paramatma flowing from within him, that is Paramatma. He is empty. He's empty. This is why it is flowing from within him. You see? But even along with him, the faults of his physical body will definitely be there. Any person can never be free of faults. How? Let me tell you. For example, there's a pipe made of iron. If water is flowing from within this pipe, then if it is a pipe of iron, it will definitely rust, because this is the fault. If it is a pipe of cloth and water is flowing from within, it will definitely tear. If it is a pipe of plastic, and water is flowing from within, it will definitely break. So meaning whatever is the external form of the pipe, the fault of that form will definitely be there. Without that, its form cannot be created. If you want water to be delivered to you, then you need some medium, and that medium is the pipe. And whatever material that pipe will be made of, the flaws of that material will definitely come within it. So meaning there is no one without any faults. But our chitta should not go towards those faults. Our chitta should go towards the consciousness flowing from within. It should go on Paramatma. Then we can absorb that consciousness, that Chaitanya. So the Guru is not some person. The Guru is that medium of Paramatma. This medium, Paramatma himself flows. And next, if the Supreme Consciousness is flowing from within him, it means the pipe is empty. That is why, with such a force, with such a speed, the flow of Chaitanya is happening. And next, do not try to copy the Guru. Do not try to see the faults of the Guru. I have seen this many times. Many Gurus smoke cannabis. Many Gurus drink liquor, drink alcohol. We think, he's drinking alcohol. Can he be a Guru? He's smoking cannabis. Can he be a guru? We are not able to understand this. What kind of a thing this is? They have an internal system. For example, there's a weightlifter. He will try to lift a certain weight, and then he will try to lift a greater weight, and he will try to lift an even greater weight. In exactly the same way, by smoking cannabis, they see, is the effect of cannabis falling on me, or is it not? Has the power of my consciousness grown more than this, and then more than this, more than this? They keep increasing their powers like this. They keep competing with this. This is why there is no need to copy them. There's no need to look at the faults. These are all methods. These are their methods, even in the Himalayas. There are many herbs that have an effect on humans, and by consuming them, they make sure they have control over these also. So meaning, they keep trying to increase their inward powers more and more and more. This is why copying them or imitating them, this is not necessary. And then next, why have you gone to them? Always remember this. For example, I gave the example of Tim. For 23 hours, he used to tolerate the heat. For just 1 hour, he knew. Why have I come here? And in exactly the same way. With a lot of difficulty, with a lot of troubles, I have obtained all of this. To give you a little bit of indication, let me tell you that a person who has not even seen another human for years on end, to stay with such a person and then to absorb from him, to take from him, how hard this is. And next, they do not care. They keep trying to make you run away, that you go away. They will even abuse you. They will even say something to make you go away. However, I have obtained it with difficulty. I have obtained it after undergoing a lot of troubles. But I did not trouble you and give it to you. I'm giving it to you in a nice way, with you sitting on a couch, because somebody will have to drink this poison. At some point or another, it will have to come to an end. When I used to work, we had a manager. Then whenever a new accountant would come, and this accountant went to ask him something, he would scold them very loudly. And we used to explain to him, he is a new person. Please do not scold him. And he said, why should I not scold him? I have also learned by being scolded like this. So then, if you do it like this, and you teach the next generation like this, and if he also does the same thing, then who will drink this poison? Will it keep continuing like this? So I have broken it. Whatever trouble I have not let you have it. Whatever issue I had, I have not let you have it. And then in reality, sometimes I feel I have been sent so that I could reach you. Do you know what happens? Nobody can go there, and they cannot come here. It is such a strange condition. So how will their value reach society? So many times, I also used to get the thought that they're sending me. Will I be able to do this? But by believing in my Guru's orders, I came here. If not, nobody comes back from the Himalayas. It is one-way traffic. And the next, observe this. There is an attraction to the Himalayas. The mountaineers who go there, they go to such dangerous places that while coming back, and while going there, they have the vision of death at many and many places. The mountaineers have gone there and died. One sees the corpses lying along the way. And by crossing these corpses, they go up. And even while coming down, they cross these corpses and come down. So at many places, they face death. Even then, one stubbornness, one attraction is there to climb on top of Mount Everest, to climb on top of that high peak. Why? Because of the vibrations there. Because of the consciousness there. Even the fear of death comes to an end there. I said that all of the thoughts come to an end there. There's no thought. It happened. My sister used to say to me, you used to roam around alone. Did you not feel afraid? I said, does a madman ever feel afraid? It was a state like a madman there. There is no thought at all there. And then Where I'm going, I have no idea. In which direction I'm going, I have no idea. I do not know anything. I used to go without any thought, without any objective. Have you ever gone like this? Try to go like this and see. There is a different type of bliss in this. For example, you're going to buy vegetables. Your whole chitta is on the vegetable store. It is on the vegetable market. But if you have no work, you have no objective, you're just wandering, just going around. The relaxation that is there in this, that is not there when you roam around with an objective. Try to do it like this. Try to roam around like this. And by going around, I now recall yesterday when I was speaking to you about the aura. The aura is not some magic, pooh, and then immediately the aura opens up. It is not like this. As you obtain an empty space, as you obtain a bigger and bigger space, it will automatically start to open up. Now recently, we did this experiment in Kutch. Now the season is going on. It is the month of December. There is a Run Utsav, a festival of the run, the salt desert in Kutch. Definitely go there. There for miles on end. There is just salt and salt spread there. And on the night of the full moon, it feels as if you're walking on the moon. So there was a family of a doctor, along with another family, and two families switched on the lights there. And I told them that come to me after the sun rises, and I went miles away from them. And then both of these families started to come towards me. And as they were coming close to me, they were feeling as if somebody is pushing them behind. They felt this 7 times. They felt this at 7 places. These were the layers of the aura. So meaning as much empty space as is obtained, that much the aura keeps opening up. It has 7 layers, and they felt all 7 of these layers. And when we came back, it was night. It was complete darkness. It was just the lights of the cars that were switched on, and we were moving towards these lights. And then it was a feeling as if we were walking on a carpet. There was no hole in the middle. There was no stone in the middle. There were no thorns in the middle. We walked very easily, barefoot, towards that light. I'm telling you this because even within this salt, there is a quality. It brings the negative thoughts to an end. So regardless of whether you're able to go to the Himalayas or not, you can go to Kutch. The salt desert of the Kutch that is there, even this is like the Himalayas. Even there you will obtain the state similar to the Himalayas. It is a state of complete thoughtlessness. You will not get any thoughts. Even if you want to think, you will not get thoughts. And nearby, there is no bush, there's no tree, there's nothing. It is completely plain. As I depicted, it feels as if you're roaming on the surface of the moon. Definitely go to Kutch and take the bliss of the salt desert. And this is the season in December, January. Then you will be able to see this. It is a very good place, a very good location. So as much space as is obtained, the aura will open up that much. Even your aura can be created after meditating. Sit in some open space where for 15 feet, for 20 feet, there is nobody around you. And then as soon as you sit down to meditate, then automatically, after a few days, such a sound, such a voice will resound from within you. And there's a great bliss in this. It will feel very good. And then even if your husband or wife comes close to you, it will stop. Because each and every person has their own thoughts. The husband has his own thoughts. The wife has her own thoughts. So when any person comes close, it automatically stops. This is why the sages and monks of the Himalayas go to places free of humans, where there is no human at all. See what happens after going to a great height. The sensitivity of humans also increases a lot. And if in such a state of sensitivity, if any human thinks, then a trouble of that thought is felt. And then next, now that the topic of Himalayas has come up, let me tell you that there is no female in the Himalayas. There is no female. There is no female monk. What is the reason behind this? There's only one reason. As many people as have gone to the Himalayas, all of those people have gone from this very society. And if they have gone from this society, what does this mean? In this society, there is a belief that the female is an obstacle to the spiritual state. They have gone there with this belief. And then each and every guru went there and sat down. And that in my aura, no female should come in. They repeated this kind of a resolution. So if each and every one has repeated such a resolution, then how can a female go there? This is why there is no female in the Himalayas at all. And then next, my guru had also made this very mistake. Even they had made this resolution that no female should come within my aura. And in reality, no female was able to enter their aura. And then they said, there is a state of spirituality. There is a state of spirituality. In that state, as soon as we go beyond the physical body, as soon as we cross the physical body, then the distinction of gender between a man and a woman comes to an end. This is why I have made this mistake in my life. I was not able to cross this distinction in my life, and when I got to know about this, then my aura had become so strong that even if I want, I cannot go beyond this aura. So the mistake which I have made in my life, you do not make this in yours. So while believing in what he had said, in each and every one of our centers, the female is dominant. So not just at our center, even a managing trustee is a female. The highest position has been given to a female. And it is because of females that so much publicity and propagation has been able to happen. A feeling of guilt is present in females, that we cannot make spiritual progress. There is nothing like this. You can take part equally. You can make just as much spiritual progress as a man can. In my childhood, I used to say that females should not chant the Gayatri mantra. So I used to think of this as being very strange. The goddess Gayatri, she herself is female. And females should not chant her mantra. I used to find this very strange. But the Gayatri society, they opened it up, not just for females, but for all of society. You see, when each and every guru comes, for example, Sri Ram Sharma came. He gave this a big push and he has delivered it to the females. So each and every guru who comes, whatever state is there, whatever the need is there, according to that need, according to that state, they do the publicity and propagation of this, and they break the wrong beliefs. So it is a wrong belief that females cannot make spiritual progress, or that they are an obstacle to the spiritual state. I am saying that why are you getting to even know that whether the one in front is a man or a woman? It means that you have not reached that state. Once you reach that stage, you will not even get to know who is a man and who is a woman. Many times on Guru Purnima and so on, when people offer their salutations, whether the one who is offering the salutations, I cannot even see whether the one is a man or a woman. I cannot see anything. I just see the chakras, the energy channels, the soul. Just this much. I cannot see whether they're a man or a woman. So if you go on to this level, what importance is there whether someone is a man or a woman? There's no importance. You create your own state. So both of them can make equal spiritual progress. Both of them can progress equally. But the condition is that they should do regular spiritual practice. Just as there are two wheels of a cycle, there are two wheels of meditation. There are two wheels, meaning, first, if you meditate alone, that is your own personal meditation. Wake up in the morning and meditate alone. And then next, once in a week or a month, meditate in collectivity. For example, we purchase a car. To drive a car very fast, this means to meditate alone. And to apply the brakes means to meditate in collectivity. In actuality, what is there? If you meditate in collectivity, then you have the realization that I'm sitting in the middle of so many thousands of people. Even then, I'm separate from them. Their influence is not falling on me. You can see the strength here, that you're sitting in the middle of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and even then, you're feeling yourself to be alone. See, you should know this state in meditation. Where are you sitting? Who is around you? How many people are there around you? You should have no knowledge of this. Your knowledge, your attention should be only inside. It should be inside you. And pay attention to the waves. Pay attention. Within your energy channels, where are you feeling sensations? In your chakras, where are you feeling sensations? Then automatically, slowly, your chitta will go within, within. And the more you take it within, the better it is. The use of the proximity of the Guru to go inside, this is the best use of this. Why? Because if you speak on some topic, whatever topic you speak about, the Guru will also speak about the same topic. Why? He wants to keep you with him. For example, there's a small child. We feed the small child. He blabbers, we blabber. He pretends to limp, we also limp with him. But from inside, we are aware. I am not somebody who's blabbering. I am not crawling. I am just crawling to play with him. I'm just blabbering to play with him. It is the same for the Guru. Whatever level you're at, the Guru comes to that level and then feeds you. He is feeding you. And if you look at it like this, he has no topic of his own at all. He has no topic at all. However, he will have to go into society. He will have to stay with everyone. And whatever topic everybody speaks about, he will have to take part in this. And he will have to keep everyone with him. And then slowly, all of your topics by coming to an end. Such a place will come where all of your topics will come to an end. Only solitude, and solitude will be left. This state is there, so in the proximity of the Guru, as much practice as we should have to go introversive, to go inwards, we should definitely do this. The Guru is not any person. If we think about the Guru as being a person, as being ordinary, then our receiving will come to an end, where we consider the Guru to be ordinary. And he will try to be ordinary. He will even tell you that I am ordinary. He will tell you, but we should not believe in this. Once, I had gone to Singapore. So in Singapore, there's a hotel. This is run by an ashram. So in that hotel, there is no bill. There are no charges. You can give whatever you want to. There is no bill, no charges, nothing. So some sadhaks of Singapore took me to that hotel, and they took me to this hotel. And it was a group of 4 or 6 people, and we all had good food. It was good, pure food. And after the food, in order to give some donations, some sadhaks went there. And the one who was sitting there, they told him that today we have brought a Guru here to have food with him. So like this, they spoke proudly. And they thought that this person will be happy. And in fact, quite the opposite. He started scolding them. He said, "You brought your Guru here? You should have told me earlier. We would have decorated the whole hotel. We would have decorated the table. We would have welcomed him very warmly." But they said, no, our Guru is just ordinary like this. He just comes anywhere. We take him anywhere. And he said, your Guru is alive. This is why you do not know the value of your Guru. Our Guru is not alive today. This is why we know what a Guru is. The day we consider the Guru to be ordinary, that day our receiving is over. No matter how much the Guru considers himself to be ordinary, you always remember, you should never consider him to be ordinary. Because as soon as you believe in him to be ordinary, what does this mean? It happens. The ego of a human keeps showing. Even the Guru has this problem. Even I have this problem. The Guru does not know this. Even I do not know this. So meaning, how is the Guru like you? To make you understand, to misguide you, to tell you. Your ego keeps making many attempts to take you in this direction. Your ego keeps doing this, that you should consider him to be ordinary. Because if you did not consider him to be ordinary, then the ego will have to go. It is such a strange thing that the doctors cut so many bodies, they do so many operations, but in the whole body, they cannot see the ego of a man anywhere. It is not there anywhere. In the heart, the kidney, all of these organs are seen. Can you see the ego? It is not seen anywhere. You can tear the whole body open. You can break it into pieces. You will not see the ego anywhere. When in fact, man lives his whole life with this ego. It is such a great contradiction. The one he is living with his whole life. It has no existence anywhere. It has no existence anywhere. It has no existence anywhere in the physical body, when in fact everywhere we keep going, I. I do not like this. I do not like this. This is my place. This is that person's place. Oh. The more you mention I, that much, you are encouraging your ego. So your ego is not there anywhere in your body. It is not visible anywhere. However, its existence is this much, that he nurtures it for his whole life. First, the biggest is the ego of the name. So many disturbances and conflicts happen because of name, just because of name. So such an ego, if we meditate, then this will have to go. What does meditation mean? It means to lose the ego of I. Ego will come to a complete end. It will become void. So automatically, what will happen? I and he, both of these cannot exist together. I means the ego of I, and he means Paramatma, I and he. Both of these cannot remain together. Either there will be I within you, or he will be there within you. So this is why I say, Yoga is a medium of meeting Paramatma. Where I am doing yogasana means I am doing pranayama means I am doing anulam vilom means I. Where the I is there is no yoga. So the need is that it is not to bring that ego to an end. In reality, for example, there's darkness. Now the light has gone. There's complete darkness. So can we bring the darkness to an end? No. No matter how far we go, no matter how many miles we go away, we can go from one country to another. Darkness will always be there. That is why in your life, never see until where the darkness extends. You just light your own lamp, just this much, nothing apart from this. As soon as you light your own lamp, there will be light and light around you. It will be there. There will be darkness in the world, but there will be light around you. This is why. Remove the darkness, to erase the darkness. Do not make any attempts like this. You just make an attempt. Just light your own lamp. Do your own spiritual experience. Awaken your soul, and then automatically what will happen? Just as the darkness has no existence of its own, just in the same way, the ego has no existence. You will become void from ego. Through regular meditative practice, this can happen. There is no miracle in this. There's no miracle here. Whatever incident happens, this is a spiritual practice. This is a constant spiritual practice. By doing it, it will happen. So in the morning, meditate by sitting at home. And then after that, in the evening, go to the center, go to the meditation center. You can go once a week if this is what you can do. If you can go once a month, then do this once a month. But do regular meditative practice, spiritual practice. And then by going there, you will have the practice. That you will feel yourself. You can feel yourself to be alone, even in the middle of many people. So this is a practice. Do this practice to be alone, and also do the practice to be in a collectivity. So this practice should be from both ends. It should be from both ends. And then automatically your progress will slowly happen. But keep one thing in mind. Do not have any expectation of making very fast progress. It happens. Sometimes we climb a mountain very fast and then we fall down with a great thud. And after falling down, once again, it is very difficult to climb up again. Why? Whenever we try to climb up, then we will remember, one day I was there. And today I am here. And which means every time we will have a feeling of guilt. So this is why do not have the desire to progress very quickly. Not even try. Climb slowly, slowly, slowly. Make your progress, make little progress, but your objective should be that high peak. Progress made all at once, spiritual practice made all at once, does not allow us to be stable. First, make that spiritual state. For example, we climbed one step, then we made that spiritual state. We climbed up one more step, and then we made that spiritual step. It is the same in the Himalayas also. We climbed like this, and then with the environment there, and with the oxygen there, we always used to stay with this. We had to stay with this. Just now, I recalled a yogi. There was an island in the middle of the Brahmaputra river. He used to stay there alone. And he used to stay there alone. And why did he do spiritual practice? Why did he meditate? He had done this so that I should obtain great powers. I should obtain great spiritual powers, Shaktis. In reality, you obtain many powers, many Shaktis, and then after this, he even used these powers to benefit society. He was respected a lot. He was respected a lot in Assam. However, one day, he came to meet me. He said to me, I have done a lot of work for social welfare. I have done a lot of work for people, but now it is my wish that I should do something for myself. Now I have become advanced in my age. Now I want that I should give time to myself. I should work for myself. So now please have the grace to give me self-realization. Give me the inner spiritual experience. I told him, you will have to give your Guru Dakshina, the offering to the Guru. And he said, whatever you ask for, I will give you. And I told him, whatever powers you have, whatever Shaktis you have, all of those Shaktis will go away. And he said, I'm ready for this. Now I want to do something for myself. And then after this, as soon as he had self-realization, all of his powers, all of his Shaktis went. I'm saying this to you because do not come onto this path to obtain powers, to obtain Shaktis. Do not do this meditation to obtain Shaktis. I had to narrate this story to a Jain monk because a Jain monk had come to me. He said, Swamiji, I want to obtain great Shaktis, great powers. So I narrated this story to him. Never come onto this path to obtain Shaktis. Never come onto this path to obtain powers. Why? Because you will obtain Shaktis, but you yourself will not make any progress. You will not make any progress yourself. So do not come onto this path with any expectations. Do not come with any expectations. Once, I had gone to Sydney, and now this picture being shown, I used to teach them that after connecting with Mother Earth, how should one cure oneself or one's illnesses? How should one pray? What happens? When I go in the foreign countries, it is very difficult to have such long lectures because everything has to be translated. For example, when I went to Germany, from Hindi to English, from English to Germany, such a translation happens. Even now, that lecture that you're listening to in Hindi, but overseas, they're listening to this in their own language. So now, in how many places can I translate? Everyone is translating and listening to it. So the meaning of saying this is that once I had gone to Sydney. And there was a very big football match going on. Many sadhaks had gone there to watch the match. And I told them, why have you gone there to watch the match? And they said, we have gone there to watch the match because this is our hobby, to see the match. And I asked them, by watching the match, will your daughter get married? Will your son get a job? No. Then what benefit are you obtaining by watching this match? And they said, no. Watching the match is our hobby. And I told them, it is just like this. Make meditation your hobby. Immediately after meditating, why do you start to have the expectation that I have meditated for 1.5 months? I should get this, I should get that. Do you know what is happening? I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing the good people, I'm seeing the bad people, I'm seeing the ones making good progress, I'm seeing the ones making bad progress, I'm seeing everything. I can only give you an indication, nothing apart from this. So meaning some people have come onto this path like this, who were completely satisfied in their life, and they had no expectation. They were very intellectual that they can obtain something like this. They had no such feeling. They had come only because it feels good by doing this meditation. They had come just because of this, so they have made a lot of progress. And those people who came with expectations, their expectation was completed, but their meditation was left behind. Many people came with their problem. So now the problem is left behind, and the meditation is also left behind. They say, right, one cannot love with conditions in exactly the same way. If you came with some problem, do not come onto this path with any problems. Do not come with any expectations. I did not come onto this path with any expectations, and now I have reached that stage in my life that I have nothing left to be obtained in my life. Now you think, there's nothing left. I have nothing left to be obtained in my life. I have obtained everything. It is my wish that each and every sadhak should obtain such a state. Every sadhak should obtain this state, that there's nothing left to be obtained in life, a state of complete void. One needs to reach that objective. That is why, do not come with any expectation. You will see, you will make so much progress in your life that you cannot even think. Understand my words, that you cannot even think. You see, when you think on the level of your physical body. And when the one above gives, he opens up the doors and gives. He does not think at your physical level. But as soon as you leave meditation, your thinking will be according to your status. And when you stop thinking, you will get something beyond your status. When the grace of the Guru showers, it has no limits. You cannot even imagine. You cannot even think. Can you think? An ordinary human goes to Gujarat. Now he has such big 4 ashrams in Gujarat. And then he does not know Gujarati. He has never gone to Gujarat ever in his life. And today it spreads to 70 countries from there. How is this possible? Apart from the grace of the Guru, this is not possible at all. This is not the work of an ordinary human. So why did this happen? On this path, I did not come with any expectations. I have done work with no selfish interest. I did 2 things. I always did the work from which my soul kept becoming stronger. Make your soul happy. The more you make your soul happy, that much more your soul will become strong. So always do that work. That makes your soul strong. That makes your soul strong. This is the first thing. And then next, I did work without any selfish interest. So meaning even if I explain something to the person in front for 2 hours, even then I had no expectation that he will meditate. So meaning it was my responsibility to teach him for as long as he was sitting in front of me. And then after this, whether he does it or not, I know that this knowledge is very difficult. After the spiritual penance of many, many lives, this has been obtained. And then next, this incident did not happen in the past lives because the Guru was there. The Guru did not have the right to give. And you did not have the strong body that you can absorb the light, the energy of inner knowledge. That time was not there. Now you have this powerful body that you have obtained because of your parents that can absorb the energy of inner knowledge. This is why thank your parents. And then second, you have come at that time where the Guru has obtained the right to give to you. He can give you inner knowledge. In his proximity, you can obtain it. And third, it is this time that Saint Jnaneshwar has called, that from today, 800 years later, this moment will come, this time will come, when the publicity of this inner knowledge, the propagation of this inner knowledge will happen on the global scale. So all 3 of these have happened at once. Today you have this powerful body. The Guru has a right to give to you. And Today is a three-way confluence. This is not a small incident. But after it is happening, how much progress you do, this is all dependent on you. So absorb it, and after absorbing it, then do its spiritual practice, do its constant spiritual practice. If you do not eat once, it is okay. If you do not take bath, it is okay. But for half an hour, you should definitely do it. Try to do it in the morning. Now in your mind, the question will come, when should one do it? There is no condition that has been put on this. But I meditate in the morning at 3:30 a.m. I meditate from 3:30 to 4 a.m. And I do not do it for the rest of the day. I do not ask you to sit for hours on end. I do not say to sit for 4 hours or 8 hours. I have not come here to make you devoid of activity. I have come here to make you thoughtless. It happened in one cement factory. I organized a program, and then the owner came and he asked me, Swamiji, if everyone meditates, then how will my factory run? I told him that I have not asked them to stop working. I have not come here to make them stop working. I've come here to make them devoid of thought. That when you do your work in the factory, then you remain in the present time. Then you should not remember your home. And when you go home and live there, then you should not remember the factory. So meaning wherever you are, wherever you stay there in the present. I've come there to teach just this much. I've not come here to make your laborers free of work. I've come here to make them free of thought. There's a difference between the two. In just this way, wherever you stay in the present. One sadhak has put a watch, and then there's an alarm on his clock every hour at 6 a.m., at 7 a.m., at 8 a.m., at 9 a.m. Why? At 6 a.m. he checks, am I in the present time or no? Oh, I'm thinking about the past. Is this? Oh, whatever has happened, it has happened. So now stay in the present. And then imagine at 7 a.m. he gets thoughts about the future. What will happen? We will see to it. What we will see for tomorrow. And then he keeps reminding himself that he should remain in the present. Remain in the present. You should also do this. After each and every hour, check yourself. Where are you? Are you in the past? Are you in the future? Automatically, as you do this practice, then you will start staying in the present. Then next, I told you, the television, all of these things are there to divide our chitta. Then you must be taking the meaning that perhaps I live in a jungle, I do not use a mobile, I do not watch the television. It is not like this. Stay in the middle of everyone, but do not be in the middle of anyone. You must have seen in Rajasthan, these ladies, they walk with five pots on top of their heads. And then they walk for 5 kilometers on end. And they even speak to their friends while doing this. So meaning, on one hand, they're speaking to their friends. And on one hand, they're walking 5 kilometers. And on one hand, they have 5 pots on their head and they're walking. Oh, if they're walking with 5 pots, you can at least walk with 1. Keep your chitta, your attention on your crown. In your crown chakra, so you have to do all of your work. But your attention, your chitta, should not be inside anyone. It should not go to anyone. And then next, spiritual progress. The biggest level, the first glimpse, if it comes into your life, then you will start to see your own faults. What kind of a thing is this? Here, through the valley of spiritual experience, your lamp has been illuminated. After your lamp is illuminated, whatever stains are there on your glass, you will see it first of all. So you know what your faults are. So the day you start to see your own faults, that day understand that your spiritual progress, you have walked onto the first step. You have started to see your own faults. See, we have been looking at the faults of others for our whole life. He has this fault, this one has that fault. So meaning a chitta is outside. When a chitta will be inside, when a chitta will be within. Then first of all, we will see our own faults, what our own faults are. This is a very good sign. This is a very good sign. What does this mean? For example, if you get to know about your illness, then it can be treated in exactly the same way. If you get to know that these are your faults, then you will start to try and remove them. If you do not even know your faults, then how can you do anything? So the very first level, that you will start to see your own faults as soon as you start to meditate, as soon as you make even a little bit of progress, then you will start to see your own faults. And then learn to remain in silence for some time. For as much time as you keep speaking, for that much time we keep spending our energy. We should remain silent, remain in solitude for a few days, and then next, and as many spiritual gurus as I meet. I say to all of the spiritual gurus that our accounts is the withdrawal account. It is a withdrawal account, meaning for our whole lives. We keep distributing, we keep sharing. So one day we will become bankrupt. So the need is that do not do programs by leaving a spiritual practice. I tell them, and I also do not do this. You will see that from 23rd January, I will go into complete solitude. I will do a deep meditation practicum, and for 45 days, I will stay in complete solitude, and the energy that I will obtain, and I will distribute this for the other 320 days. So I tell each and every guru, do not do programs by leaving your own spiritual practice to the side. You see, in doing all of these programs, one spends energy, so then how will you save it? So the need is that each and every guru, they found this to be a very good thing. Many gurus said. And then on the day of Mahashivratri, on 23rd January, I will come back out on Mahashivratri after this. And then on the day of Mahashivratri, 50,000 people remain present in the jungle at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. There is no temple of Lord Shiva there. And the Jain monks say to me, this is a miracle for us, that there is no temple of Lord Shiva here. And then why do 50,000 people gather here for Mahashivratri? Because each and every sadhak experiences Shiv within himself. He does not search for Shiv outside. He has no need to go to the Shiv temple outside. Shiv is within himself. He experiences this. He feels this. This is why he comes even to the jungle. So the meaning of saying this is, save your energy. And I told them also. And then after this, people of many methods of worship also stay there. They also do Anushthan, a deep meditation practicum, for 45 days. They also stay in solitude. So then obtain some solitude in your life. Give some time to yourself. To give time to yourself means, I'm saying give time to yourself. In reality, the meaning of this is, you give time to the one because of whom you have an existence. You give time to the one because of whom your breath is running. You give time to the one because of whom you have the awareness of being alive. So, for 30 minutes, give time to that Paramatma, because of whom today you have an existence. Spend 30 minutes in the proximity, in his proximity, in solitude with him. You give time to your family. You give time to your family. You give time to society. However, you do not give time to him. By leaving him to the side, you give time to everyone. There is a need to give time to him. That time is the food of the soul. If you give food to the body will become strong. If you give the soul food, then the soul will become strong. So the need is that you need to make your soul strong. The need is to make your soul strong. And for this, the easiest way is meditation. This is why we will meditate. We will meditate. See, in meditation, again I'm repeating. First of all, the opposition of your physical body can happen, and no matter how much your body opposes you, even then, do not get up from meditation for half an hour. This is a practice first. And second, if you do this practice today, it will happen very easily, because here thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are doing it along with you. And if you try to do it alone, then it will not happen. So first, do it in collectivity. And then next, many thoughts will come. So no matter how many thoughts come, do not sit down and start to think. Look at the thoughts first. And then no matter how much the intellect says, it cannot happen through you. You cannot do it. Even then, do it. When we sit in collectivity, then a power of collective energy is there with us, around us. And then it happens. Just as in water, we do not feel our own weight in exactly the same way. In collectivity, we do not feel a physical consciousness. We forget or which caste we are of, or which religion we are of, or which country we are of, or which color we are of, whether we are a man or a woman. We forget everything because the physical consciousness comes to an end. In collectivity, everyone is leaving their physical consciousness behind. Even our physical consciousness gets left behind. So come, let us meditate. Those who can sit down, sit down. And if you cannot sit down, then touch your bare feet, the soles of your bare feet, onto the floor. There is a great need to touch your Muladhara chakra, your base chakra, to the floor. Keep your right hand on your crown and give it a light press. And by giving it a light press, rotate it clockwise 3 times. And after rotating it clockwise, stabilize your attention, your chitta, on your crown, and then bring your hand down very slowly. Now we will speak the mantra with me. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. Now meditate for some time by keeping your chitta on the crown. We will pray to Paramatma. O Paramatma, please have the grace to grant me self-realization. O Paramatma, please have the grace to grant me self-realization. O Paramatma, please have the grace to grant me self-realization. Now experience what type of spiritual experiences you have. Now we will pray to Paramatma. O Paramatma, it is our pure prayer that may the Samarpana Ashram of Nagpur make all-round progress as soon as possible. This is a pure prayer. This is our pure prayer. Namaskar.